I refuse to talk when I'm told to talk. I only talk when I want to talk.
That's fair.
I don't dance unless I hear music. I don't scratch my head unless I don't dance unless I hear music. I don't scratch my head unless it itches. I will not be intimidated.
Cool. You're quoting something.
Yes, he is.
I don't remember what it is.
It's based on a true story. It is. It's a movie based on a true story.
See what you did there.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Cinema Chat. I'm LaVaro.
And I'm Leia.
And I'm Maya.
Today, we're going to be talking about our top 3 favorite movies based on a true story.
Woo!
Please, you start this
My
one.
third one on the list is The Pursuit of Happiness.
Woo!
Starring Will Smith and
Jaden
his son
Smith.
before
He was him.
he became Jaden Smith of Twitter fame.
That's so true.
I really liked it because, one, it really felt like a true story.
Mm-hmm.
I like the triumph and the not giving up that was in him. Like when he was walking down the street and that scene where he was doing this and like really happy with himself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good scene.
It was a good scene.
And you know, I feel like everybody can relate to
Absolutely.
being in a position. I remember I got my first editing job in New York, and I didn't. It wasn't to the extent because I was never homeless, but
Yeah.
I was happy, and I
Yeah.
did that as I was walking down the street because I thought it was funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, your turn.
I'd probably say Catch Me If You Can is my number 3. It's really good. It's done really well. And you watch it and you're like, oh, and because Leonardo DiCaprio is like very charming, particularly in this role, it makes sense because that's how the real guy was. People just like, they would just like believe him.
Were the characters that he played kind of similar? Like in terms of how they acted?
But in Catch Me If You Can, he's actually impersonating different people and different careers.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a little kid.
Okay.
He was a
Like,
doctor
he's
and a lawyer. And
That's
an airline
interesting.
pilot.
Right.
When
That's
he was
like
in high
that-
School, he impersonated his
Yes.
like the substitute teacher. He was a substitute teacher, and he just went to the front of the class and started teaching.
And people just believe
And
him.
people just believed him.
Abagnale. That's Abagnale, not Abagnale, not Abagnale, but Abagnale. Excuse me, people, if I need to ask again, I'm going to write up the entire class. Take your seats.
That reminds me.
He taught the class for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Like
That's
this
what I'm
is
saying. And
Right.
all these jobs,
Oh, no. Okay.
These are real careers, and he's never
Oh,
known
damn.
how to do any of this stuff. My number 2 movie is Malcolm X.
Woo!
I'm very, I'm really rooting for black people.
Yeah, you
Really
are.
like that.
Yeah, you are. You are. That's
I am.
actually very
I support
appropriate for
this.
your choices.
you are.
He like sat up straighter.
I know you did.
because I am. I am.
That's right.
And this is also a long movie, which I guess a lot of based on true story movies
Yeah.
are long.
They have a lot of
Yeah.
ground to cover.
But
That's
there's a
very
lot of
true.
ground, and I think he fit it all in. Like he got him before he was Malcolm X when he's Malcolm Little, and during the X years, and then after he left the Nation of Islam, like he fit all those periods in, and he had. It was a
Spike.
top-notch movie, and I really wish that a lot of our stories would be told by somebody like Spike Lee, because I feel like the ball was dropped on. They're decent movies like 42 and the James Brown. You know, somebody else got to tell a story, and I think that we missed a lot. Same thing with Ali. Even with Ali was excellent, but I feel like if Spike was able to tell Ali, we would have gotten something better. That's how I feel.
Nice.
But that's just me, because
No.
I'm rooting for everybody black.
As you should be, as we all should be.
I am.
Are we doing this? Are we in solidarity right now?
Oh,
Sure.
sorry.
Okay.
So your number 2 movie.
All right, so my number 2 film is actually a story political, but in a different way. It's the film Belle. It's about an 18th century. Well, she was a noblewoman, but she was black. Yeah,
This
which
is
was
recent?
This is 2013.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I really want to see that. I hadn't. Seen it yet.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I haven't seen it either. But
Yeah, so it was really interesting because a lot of the marketing had to do around the fact that like she was a black woman of status and then later becomes a black woman of money because her father actually has a title, and it also, a lot of the marketing was about her romance with this white man at the time, but the story itself actually revolves around the fact that her adopted father, who's actually her I believe it's her uncle, if I'm remembering that correctly, he's a barrister, he's a judge, and his case is about whether or not an insurance company should pay for a claim of property that was thrown overboard, and the property is slaves.
Wow.
And so if he decides that it is property, he's decidedly saying that slaves are property. But if they decide that the insurance company doesn't have to pay out, then they're saying it's murder. And
Every rule of convention so that you would know exactly where you belong.
I don't know that I find myself anywhere. Do you love her?
As though she were created of you and me. There are rules in place which dictate how we live.
You break every rule when it matters enough, Papa. I am the evidence.
you get so caught up like in the case, and even the choices that like her adoptive family has to make, because like what's decided will affect them in every way. And then when people think that he's just deciding one way because, you know, his daughter that he's raised is black, or is he actually deciding like purely based on the facts? And it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I think it's really well acted. There's a lot of tension, yet there's like just some beautiful scenes.
Nice.
Yeah. So Belle, and she was a real woman, which is even like more astounding, because like women who had status and money, and then on top of that she's black in the 18th century was just unheard of. All right, what's your number one?
My number one movie is Ray, starring.
Wait, what?
Ray.
Oh, I heard Gray, and I was like, why is she so excited? What's Gray? Okay.
It's Ray, starring Jamie Foxx
Nice.
and a slew of other people, but really starring Jamie Foxx.
Basically.
Yeah.
As basically
That was his
becoming
movie.
Ray.
Yeah.
Like I really felt like I even though I wasn't, well, no, I was around when Ray Charles was alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all
He
were.
died,
Yeah,
like, right
we were
before the movie
younger.
came out.
Yeah.
But I wasn't living the Ray when
In
Ray
his
Charles
era.
was Ray
Right.
Charles. But I really felt like I was watching Ray Charles, and I got to know Ray Charles for real. His
Agreed.
performance, his Oscar-winning performance, was excellent, and they said he like really got into it to where he you know, he wore prosthetics over his eyes to where he was blind.
Yeah.
But not just during shooting, like the entire time while he was on set. Like he
Oh,
would
wow.
always, like,
I didn't know it was that extensive.
Ray, that's sacrilegious.
What?
It's a gospel song.
I know what it is. I wrote it. I mean, you told me to find my own voice.
and they would do things to where it would be things just he went through stuff that Ray went through, to where everybody would go get lunch and they would just kind of leave him,
Dang.
not knowing that, not even
Right.
thinking that he's blind and he can't necessarily
Right.
get to
Somebody
where-
needs to help him.
right. So
Oh,
so
wow.
he really got into like
That's
the
awesome.
nuances of
Wow.
that, because he said it was cool. He says it was cool like wearing it like during the thing, and then it was like, well, you're gonna be wearing them the entire time. So that's like.
So was that his choice, or was
that
that?
was his choice to like really get into
Wow.
character. So
But that
Poor
makes
Jamie.
sense.
yeah.
That makes sense. It definitely comes across in the performance. also.
Absolutely.
And sometimes like and he's a musician too, so he can play piano.
Yeah.
Like it was really tailor made for him to
It
to play
was.
this
It
part.
really
It
was.
was. It was.
And so yeah, I'm excited. And he's a very good mimicker. Like you can see him doing impressions of other people. And he's
Yeah.
very good at doing that. Like he's
Impressive.
going to be doing the Mike Tyson movie when it comes out, which I'm very excited about. Martin Scorsese's directing.
Wow.
And I saw him do these impressions of Mike Tyson at different stages in his life, talking about how he's about to play the character, and you felt like you were watching Mike Tyson.
Mike, just what would you be doing on a Friday 25, 30 years ago? Oh my God, it was debauchery. First of all, we have some drinks first, and we get crazy high. Then we have an orgy, and then we just leave and go to the club and pick up some more girls and crazy party with people. Come back to the house. It was just I was out of my mind. My wife.
Even though he wasn't even dressed as Mike Tyson or anything, he was dressed as Jamie Foxx.
He was just in
But
prison.
you really felt like Mike was in the room.
Wow. Leia, what about you?
So sort of. Mine's a little bit lighter, but not much. So I actually didn't realize when I first saw this that this was based on a true story. But Lean on Me.
Ooh.
It's a good one.
It was the thank you. It was like it was the first film I remember seeing. Keep going.
That's all I know.
By thy side will stand and always praise thy name. Praise thy name, praise thy name.
That was being the background of your.
I know.
Yeah,
So I was
you
like,
were.
yeah. It was the first like film that I saw that featured the whole like troubled kids thing, and the teacher comes in and with their own passion.
Say that name.
Exactly, and help them try to have a better future. And I was like, I'm all for this. And then when I saw that it was a real film, I was like, yes.
And
yes.
Morgan Freeman it's the same age.
He is
same
Morgan
age.
Freeman.
I don't
Morgan
think he
Freeman
ages.
I
do
think that
not
was like
think
the
he
first
ages.
time also, because I was young when that film came out, that I was like, I want a black teacher.
Amen.
Because I didn't have any, to this day, I had my first black teacher when I was in college. And I just now feel like if I would have had a black teacher when I was younger, like I just would have seen things in a different way at an earlier age. Like I had some good teachers, but I think that it would have been very beneficial. Like I had some female teachers who were very hardcore, but if they would have been like hardcore black female teachers, right, exactly.
So Lean on Me when he's on the roof with Sam's and he was like, "You smoke crack, don't you?" Do you smoke crack?
Yes.
Messing with your brain cells, son.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
Yes, sir.
You know what that does to you? Huh?
No, sir.
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
It was so intense.
Very intense.
But you felt like the love and the hope in
Right.
that intensity.
Absolutely.
Maya, what's your topic?
Yeah.
All right, you guys gonna number them for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Wolf of Wall Street,
Okay.
Okay.
Pursuit of Happiness,
All right.
Fruitvale Station.
In the scope of best movies out of those, in my opinion,
Sure.
it goes Fruitvale Station, Pursuit of Happiness, and Wolf of Wall Street. That's a pretty.
That's my list.
I love
That's
all
a
those
not
movies.
solid list.
Thank you.
Nice. Mine coming in strong.
You know, I'm doing my research for the show, you know.
I know.
You guys are teaching me some things.
Hey.
All right, so that's our show. Tell us your favorite based on a true story movies.
Down in the comments
Down in
below.
the comments below.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share us.
Subscribe.
Yep, do all
Yep.
that stuff.
Do all the things on all the platforms.
Bye, guys.
Bye.